Hello, I'm Smithy. He's Benji. And this is George. Come here, George. Say hello to everybody. That's George. George is actually a girl. We thought George was a boy, we were told he was a boy. Benji's seen a dog. So today we're going to try and talk about getting rid of your wastewater. Waste. Hello, trying to make a video. Come on now, what are you doing? Benji. Hey, is there only another dog? I'm not taking him out, it's absolutely wild out there. So, wastewater. Hello? Hello? Come on. Come up here. What are you barking at? They're bigger than you. Everybody's bigger than it. Now then, I was going to get the water from the sink and whatever's in the shower, you know, the grey tank, or whatever you call it, and empty that. But when I've looked down this road, or this bypass that I'm on, there's no drain. Now usually, if we're somewhere and there's a drain, I would just let it go down the drain. Purely because the only thing that ever comes out of that tank is either shower water, which would be shower and soap and whatever's coming off your body, and then out the kitchen sink, which is never food because we scrape all the plates, or the majority of the time we eat off paper plates, just throw them away. Or if we're eating off plates, scrape the plate, and you know, it's just washing up. Which, when you think about it, that's going down the drain. That's a lot less harmful than what's coming off this road, which is tyre rubber, oil, petrol, and everything else that's leaked out of cars, brake fluid. All that is going down the drain, and it's all contaminated. The councils know it's all contaminated. They've got to treat the drain water separate to any other wastewater because it's so highly contaminated with all sorts of rubbish. So I don't have any danger at doing that. Find a grid somewhere and let it go. Don't do it ridiculous in a town centre and in front of everybody. You know, do it discreetly. But if anybody says to you it's just fresh water, which is what it is really, it's fresh water and a bit of soap, or a bit of washing up liquid in our case, and you know, a bit of shampoo or something. So I was going to show you a video of doing that, but no, I'm not doing it in this weather, it's terrible. So the other thing is your grey tank. Your waste, sorry, not your grey tank, the waste from the toilet tank. I'll show you how we get rid of ours. The majority of the time we try and look out for these, which you'll see now. We try and look out for these. Why is everybody coming near me now? Anyway, so we try and find these places, and I have no problem at an outdoor loo emptying that tank. You can't wash it out because you can't get the nozzle under the sink, and they're designed that way, the sinks. So just everything's metal, so you can't damage anything. But yeah, he's put me off now. But anyway, he's got the flashing lights at me. So, oh, he's actually emptying the bin. There is a bin, a waste bin there, so you can, you know, you get rid of all your waste. You know, whatever's you've accumulated. Don't go mad putting everything in one bin. Spread it out in a few bins if you've got a lot. If you haven't, then put it in a bin. If you park up somewhere that's got recycling bins, recycle everything. If not, then obviously you've got to put it in them bins. But the video that you've just seen about the outdoor toilets, if you can't find one of them, independent garages, or a lot of independent garages, do have an outdoor loo. So if you can sort of pull on and say, you know, do you have a toilet? Yeah, it's round the corner. Oh, pull away from the pump then, and you know, discreetly do it that way. If not, you've got to go on a site and pay to get rid of it on a site. I think the days of going out and digging a hole and emptying it down there is not very fair, really. Although our country has been, if you will, crapped on for thousands of years by people. Because toilets were only invented about 130 years ago, or something ridiculous. Well, I say invented 130 years ago, that's the amount of time that the working class have been using toilets. I remember my nana, her toilet was in the yard, and I think she had 3 in the yard because there's a few other houses shared her. She had a big yard, so the council built 3 toilets and they all shared it. But anyway, so that's how to get rid of your wastewater. How we get rid of our waste, well, both wastes, as you know, as easy as possible and as discreetly as possible. That's the idea. It's not to show off that, oh, look at me, I can empty it. And don't do any of that. If there's people around, just leave it. Do it somewhere else. Do it at night time on a lay-by. You know, there's all sorts of ways to be discreet about it. We try and keep the motorhome scenario, if you will, or people's perception of, oh, they're not bad people then, you know, they don't create rubbish everywhere and all that. Benji's looking for something to bite, so I'm going to shift it. That's a GoPro thing. Behave. So I wanted to get a video out there because I've not made one for quite a few weeks. As you know, I've got a bad back, my leg went, and I've not walked for 13 weeks, but about the last 5 days the doctor gave me a lot of pills. My phone's ringing now. Let's reject him for a minute. He watches my videos as well, so I play hell. Anyway, Mark, I'm not answering you yet. The one thing I wanted to show you was what I treated myself to at Christmas, or what the wife allowed me to treat myself to at Christmas. Right, I'll say hello. Hiya, buddy. Yeah. Well, why don't you come and have a brew then if you've seen me? Right, okay then. I would have invited you for a coffee. You could have had a coffee. Alright, okay. I did hear a home papping actually. I didn't know it were you. Alright. Right, I've got to go. Enjoy Kendall. Yep. No problem. Alright, bye. You're a crank. See you later. Bye. So he's off to Kendall. He's just packed his own going past me. He said, I've seen you making a video. Yeah, so we're talking about a camera. So I've always had this camera and it served me well through every single video apart from the ones I've made on a GoPro. The only danger with, well, the only problem with it is the screen. It just faced the back of the camera. So I had to try and guess in shot on this, it's a Fujifilm XS1. I paid quite a lot of money for that, to be fair. When I set the shot up, what I used to do was have a look here, and it's to try and work out that where my head was, so I could be in shot talking to you. And then I knew I was in shot, and I didn't know until I played it back whether I was in shot or not. And I think on one of them, the canal one, where I took 2 dogs, or showed you how to take 2 dogs in a motorhome, I wasn't in shot. So I made a bit of fun with it, and I doubled myself up as if I was talking to myself, like 2 people. So I had a bit of fun there with that. It was just a way around what I'd done wrong. But anyway, so we've solved the problem now. So where we at? Wife's bought me an iPhone. I've no idea what you do with it. I don't know how it works. I'm still learning. I go on Twitter and I put things on Twitter that I've been doing, but people reply and I don't know how to reply on. I know how to reply on Twitter, but I don't know what they're talking about. So it says, oh, so and so's replied to your picture, but I don't know what picture they're talking about. So I've had to put, sorry if I don't know what you're on about. Anyway, I've done that. So anyway, this camera has not only got a facing screen to me, it's remote control. Look at that. I have to use this phone because I don't know how that works yet. So I'm not getting rid of this. I know everything works on it. So if I want to put Benji in the shot, I can just zoom back a bit. Look at that, all from my phone. I think I paid 400 quid for this. It's a Lumix. And then if you want to zoom in, there we go. Let's get my head in. There we are. I've done it. Right? How good's that? So it's a Panasonic app. Is it Panasonic? Yeah, it's a Lumix Panasonic camera. That must be why. But anyway, so there's more videos to come. I'm just glad to get a video out there. I've been meaning to do this video for a while, and it was quite a while ago that I drove to that toilet block to empty obviously our loo waste. Usually we try and do a number 2, you know, like a service station or Morrison's or Asda or, you know, anywhere other than in there. So really, it's, you know, it's just pee, really. But so that's how we try and do it. So I'm just pleased to get out and use the camera. I've never used it. I think I've ever used it. Yeah, 10 van life questions. 10 van life tag. So that was the first time I used it and the only time I've used it. So anyway, there's more videos to come. I'm a bit stressed this morning. Wife was panicking for work. Now I made her a brew and do you want another one? No, I've no time. Stop being stupid. Well, I wasn't being stupid. I was offering you a brew. But anyway, such is life. So we've got George that's looking at me to think, well, why is he sat on your knee? Now, are you in shot? Look at that. They're both in shot now. Let's just go back a little bit. I'll kiss you as well. Right, we're going to go. So I was going to show you emptying the waste. You don't need to look at a waste bin. There's a waste bin there that you can put waste in. I don't need to video it. You know what a waste bin is. It's quite a big one with big slots so you could get stuff in. A lot of them around towns now are so tiny you can't get anything in. But anyway, glad to be back. Hope you enjoy the video. I hope you can make sense of what I've been saying. I've just been trying to make it up as I go along, really. I just had this idea of, well, I had the video of me going to that loo block quite a while ago, and I thought I'm going to use that, you know, one day or soon. And this was an ideal time to get out, make a video. It's a new year. I hope you all have a good new year and Christmas and everything else. And it's ideal. I'm in shot, Wi-Fi from my camera straight to my phone, no problem. I like that. It's just, I don't think you can see it there. I'll put it a bit closer. Great. Just before I go, I'm going to show you that van. I recorded it on my dash cam coming in to this lay-by. I thought, what a good job that is. Just parked up with lights on all over the trailer. Well, it's a big, huge TV screen or some LED screen on 3 sides. So any companies out there want to sponsor my van, I'll have a full-size screen on one side of the van and I'll drive about the country doing what he's doing. Don't know how much you get paid for it, but I'll have a go. Anyway, nice to see you again. As I say, thanks for bearing with me. Everybody could have unsubscribed, but nobody did, so anyway, thank you for that. Thanks for subscribing anyway. It does make a difference to think that, oh, alright, not a lot of subscribers watch the actual video, but they do get round to it. You know, I've not watched, well, I've been watching YouTube all the time, so I've been housebound for the last 13 weeks, but anyway, we're out now, so I try and talk to people on YouTube and reply and give comments. So if you've got any comments, give us a comment, like, subscribe and everything else, and I'll see you soon. From Smithy's Kentucky, George. Come here, George. What are you doing? Why are you shaking? It's red hot. I've had the heating on. My window screen's getting a bit frosted up. I've got a super duper machine for that. We'll sort that out. Right. Anyway. Hello, baby. See you soon. Bye now.